Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
Hey there guys, welcome back to another awesome video, and today's movie review is gonna be of The Haunted Mansion. So The Haunted Mansion, or at least this version, this is in a sense a remake or a retelling, because we have other Haunted Mansion movie that came out, I want to say 2003, 4, sometime early 2000s with Eddie Murphy. This time around, we have a whole stellar-studded cast, and we follow these eccentric characters as they all are basically drawn to this mansion that is haunted with 999 happy haunts. So this movie is directed by Justin Simon. I'm gonna guess his last name. I'm assuming, because I don't think it's Seaman, and Seaman doesn't sound very well. But anywho, I haven't seen the original movie with Eddie Murphy in quite some time. I have no idea where I lie on that movie. I've had my ups and downs about that film over the years, but I was requested to check this out by either Mage Wolf or Brandon. I apologize, I forgot who did this, but one of you did it, and I appreciate either you or both of you for requesting it, because I had a good time with this. I really enjoyed this quite a lot. It does help that you have this cast. You have Lakeith Stanfield, Rosario Dawson, Tiffany Hadish, Danny DeVito, Owen Wilson. Those names alone sound like a pretty good cast, and I like how each one is eccentric. They have their own little like reasons and purposes to be there. Tiffany Haddish is like this fortune teller or this seance medium. Owen Wilson acts like a priest. Danny DeVito is like an obsessed theorizer about spooks and ghouls. And Lakeith Stanfield's kind of like our main man. He's very like down to earth, somewhat in a sense. He believes in spirits, but he also is our straight man. That's very much like the every guy. He brings a lot of charm. He brings a lot of charisma. And I'm not just saying this because I may or may not have talked about Lakeith Stanfield a few times before, but nonetheless, I genuinely think he carries this movie a lot. Yes, he is the main character, but I think he carries it a lot with his humor, his charisma, and I love how there's so many times that he feels somewhat relatable, but also, I don't know how to put this other than he feels like a vibe, he feels like a mood at times. So I really love that a lot with his character. I love his energy, and honestly, I feel like there should be more Lakeith Stanfield, and that's beside prior to any other times I've mentioned him. I just feel like there should be more of this guy. He's got some really good talent, and maybe I need to find more movies of him, but I think there should be more of him in mainstream films here and there. More than, say, other actors and actresses, but we'll get into that later. I do appreciate and love that I feel this movie kind of puts in a little bit more Easter eggs and a little bit more nods to the attraction, to the iconic ride that this is based off of, because this is the second attempt of doing a movie based off the iconic Disney World / Disneyland ride. I don't know what it is, but I feel like this captures it a lot more than the other movie. I might maybe do like a comparison somewhere else down the line. Maybe if this gets up to a certain amount of likes, maybe I'll take a look at the original, or at least the one with Eddie Murphy, and maybe do like a comparison of the two somewhere else down the line. We'll see. But I think this one really feels a lot more darker. It definitely wants to try and be a little more scarier, which I think that's really great with its visuals, especially its visuals. Not only do you have all the happy haunts hanging around and all the nods, like two dueling ghosts with the pistols, you have the widow in the attic, and you have all these other callbacks to the attraction. Other things like the stretching of the hallways and other little nice little details here and there that I just appreciate. I think weirdly enough, it gets a little more sillier, a little bit more like fun in a sense, because the Haunted Mansion isn't just scary, it isn't just dark, it's kind of whimsical, it's kind of a little kooky, it's kind of a little spooky in that goofy sense. So I think this one somehow does it a little bit better, and I'm not just saying that to be biased because of all the things I've been saying that have been good, but I just genuinely think this somehow does it a little bit better. I don't know. Not to forget, I do like that Jamie Lee Curtis is the legendary Madame Leota, because she is the legendary Scream Queen. Speaking of other Scream Queens and other icons, Winona Ryder makes a cameo in this movie. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if that was Lydia Deeds at some point before she made her her talk show host, podcast, whatever show it is that she has in the sequel. I wouldn't put it past her if she was a tour guide, a spooky tour guide at some point. For once, I actually don't mind Jared Leto as the villain. I think it's interesting that they made the Hatbox Ghost the villain, but I guess it would make sense because who else would you really have as the villain? I mean, the hitchhiking ghosts are just hitchhiking ghosts, they're just trolls, but I feel like if you need an antagonist for a movie like The Haunted Mansion, like a character like the Hatbox Ghost could work. I never really saw him as antagonist, but I think he works fine. I actually really liked him. I liked that we actually got the Hatbox Ghost in this. This was pretty cool. The only things I will mention that are small, tiny nitpicks about the film is one thing hugely that is emphasized throughout this entire movie is product placement. There's too much product placement, I feel like, is in this movie that it shouldn't really need to mention. Like, there's, like, okay, one or two was fine, but they always drop names every time, and I thought, like, I kind of just rolled my eyes, I shook my head a little bit, kind of like, it wasn't annoying. How many times you heard it, I just kind of went, ugh, because you have things like Zillow, Burger King, Costco, Amazon, Google, and also the other products they mentioned, and it's like not necessarily needed. And I feel like this could have not maybe needed this, but I feel like it would have done better if this was maybe in a period piece, like maybe not set in modern day time, maybe like in the 1980s or the 1990s or maybe the early 2000s, instead of referencing modern things like Zillow or Zelle or PayPal. And don't get me started on Tiffany Hadish. I know Tiffany Hadish is a very funny person, and she can be a funny person, and I like her character, and she does have this really nice, gentle moment that she brings up to Lakeith Stanfield's character about her father. Her father's dead. She always thinks of trains that makes her think of her dad, and it's like a joyful, like, ghostly wink, as they called it in the movie. But I feel like Tiffany Haddish is the quintessence of she is in every single goddamn movie, and I don't think she needs to be in every single movie. Nothing against her, I just feel like she's in too many films. People talk about Awkwafina and Chris Pratt. I think Tiffany Haddish is like the queen of been in every single movie playing the same character for the most part. Other than that, I had a pretty damn good time. So I am going to give 2023's Haunted Mansion, I'm going to give it a B+. So the Haunted Mansion, have you guys seen it? What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell. I do new videos every day of the week. Share the video with family and friends, all that good stuff. For more, leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll do it as best as possible. Hopefully, all of you are having a happy and safe Halloween. And let me know what you guys are going to do during Halloween, whether it's the day after, day before, or whatever you're going to do during this recording of this video. Whatever the case is, let me know what you guys are going to do. What are your plans? What are your thoughts? Trick-or-treating, no trick-or-treats, whatever it is. We're going to continue into regular reviews, regular videos into November for the remaining of that month. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys all next time, and have a happy Halloween.